Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2021 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of April, and this reading is for the water sign of Scorpio. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all well, safe, healthy, sane-ish, wherever you're at. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today to watch any and all of these videos. Thank you so much for all the support of this channel. Even if all you do is take time to watch the videos, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help. And thanks for all the likes and shares and donations and comments, feedback, reaching out for personal readings. It is always welcome. I always want to express thanks and gratitude for it, and may it be returned to you, times infinity, right? Thanks. Okay, so this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius for the last 2 weeks of April 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aquarius. It's relevant if you're cross-watching for, sorry, not Aquarius, Scorpio. I just finished Aquarius, please forgive me. This is for Scorpio, and Spirit knows it's for Scorpio, the water sign of Scorpio. So that's if your sun sign is in Scorpio, your rising, your moon, your Venus sign is in Scorpio. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for Scorpio as well. Of course, it's a general reading, so it's always going to resonate a little differently for everyone watching, especially in the details and little specifics, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. So watch all of your signs if you know them, because each one can bring in, like bits of additional insight and perspective. Now, if you find that any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something or information about that, you can click on the description link below, that little arrow where you'll see some contact details, my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me directly. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings and overviews in all areas of life. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent in the timing of getting those readings set up too. So email me. I'd be delighted to hear from you. Okay, let's move right into this. Scorpio. Let's see what the last 2 weeks of April have in store for our Scorpions. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with one of my Gildeds, Legacy of the Divine. No, that one is Gateway to the Divine. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. We begin quickly with the Ace of Wands. Off and running. New opportunity, fueled by fire, desire, passion, excitement, creativity. Two of Coins. What to do, though? How to do it? What to choose? The Star. Renewed hope, faith, and optimism. Wish fulfillment on a path based pretty much on faith, trusting that the path that you're on or what you need to do is the right thing. With the Tower, an unexpected breakdown, a crumbling down of something that you thought may have been solid, stable, and reliable because it's fundamentally flawed somewhere and needs to come down. This could be a blessing in disguise. It could also be that you're being called to let something crumble because that is the only way that this situation has any hope of being transformed. Or your life in general. Sometimes, like in certain relationships or other similar situations, it might be that leaving and allowing it to completely break down is the only way that that situation can be completely transformed. Sometimes that it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just need to let something fall down to the ground so that you can move on with your own life, regardless of whether that situation gets transformed or you just need to move forward. We'll see here. We have, yikes, the Emperor in reverse. In the upright position, this is a person probably older. He's the father of the tarot, so an older individual. I don't feel this is you. This is somebody else that you're in a relationship with. This might, and the nature of the relationship might vary in a personal reading. It might be love and romance. It might be a boss. This is somebody who's worked really long and hard in their life to attain a place where they're secure and stable. They have their fingers on the pulses of a lot of things. They're very structured, disciplined, accountable. They're all about doing things by the book, by the rule. In the reverse, they can use their power and authority in an abusive way, or they can become overly dominant, overly restrictive. It's my way or the highway. There's no other way than mine. I'm always right, kind of energy. It's not really good in the reverse. The interesting thing about the Emperor in reverse is that no matter how rigid he is, even in the reverse position, underneath all of these normally quite good and straightforward, responsible qualities get kind of twisted and abused. But even underneath that, the Emperor, because he's the Emperor, has a knowing of what he's called to do, what his responsibilities are, what his obligations are, and what he knows is the right thing to do. He's choosing maybe not to do it. The Emperor in reverse could also represent the Emperor abdicating his throne over the entire empire, right? Which sometimes happens, right? With the Emperor in reverse, we have the Two of Swords, stubbornness, reluctance, resistance to take a look at something head on, because if you do, then you'll have to make a choice or a decision. As long as you refuse to look at it, refuse to take responsibility, refuse to call it by its proper name, you don't have to address it or address it in the right way. But I'm getting this feeling that underneath it, because the Emperor knows, even on his bad days, he knows what he's supposed to do. This is somebody who isn't doing the right thing simply because they don't want to look at it as being the right thing to do, because if they do that, then they're called to do something else. And maybe he's tired of being the Emperor, being responsible. I don't know. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy is Temperance. Being called to restore balance in your own life, Scorpio. Temperance is about being in the middle, staying grounded, staying focused. It's also, in a sense, a spiritually intuitive card too. It can represent being spiritually compelled or feeling a pull towards making decisions and taking actions that will restore balance in your life. Not necessarily in this relationship connection, but in your own life. Because the Emperor in reverse with the Two of Swords, this is extremely stubborn. I'm not going to look at this. I don't want to take responsibility for it. I don't want to do what I know to be the right thing to do. And I don't think that's something that can be battled. Typically, this kind of energy can only be reversed by divine timing and orchestration, by the Tower card, by something extremely profound happening, which affects the Emperor to the point where he has an epiphany, kind of like Apostle Paul in the Bible, getting on the road to Damascus, getting, what was it, God striking him blind for 3 days. And he was so determined before that he was on the right path, something like that. This, I think you're being called, Scorpio, to make decisions and take actions in a different direction that will restore balance to your life and bring you back into alignment with the path that you're supposed to be on, because this isn't it. Letting this whole thing just crumble. That might be what transforms the whole thing with you as a part of it. It just might be that you need to let it crumble and fall down and just move on away from it. Let's clarify Temperance. The Five of Wands. Petty conflict, drama, fighting over the same thing over and over and over again. Nobody willing to elevate, to step out. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to have the last word. The Seven of Wands, defensive energy, defending what they believe in or their ideology. The Five of Swords, winning at all costs. I mean, which perfectly matches the Emperor in the reverse energy. Everybody wants to win here. Nobody wants to be the loser. Nobody wants to be second. Everybody wants to win here. Winning at all costs, being very ambitious, defensive, guarding, protecting energy. I believe you're being called to make a decision here, Scorpio, within this relationship connection, to let it crumble, to walk away. That might be the thing that prompts the change or transformation, and it might not. But the point is that you need to make this decision. You're being called to make this decision, to leave this, to separate yourself from this, at least for the time being, to bring balance into your life, because that's what you need, not really based on this Emperor's energy. Whether he changes or has an epiphany or what, you still need to make this decision so that you can bring yourself back into alignment on your life path. You need to make the decisions that are best for you first and foremost. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands and the Two of Coins. Crossroads, decisions, moving on to a new beginning. Is there a new opportunity for you? The Lovers and the Ace of Cups. The Lovers represents a relationship at a crossroads, and a decision needs to be made as to the future of this relationship. Ace of Cups. Can there be renewal or not? I think you're trying to make a decision whether to stay or go. Clarify the Star. It's bringing hope. It's knowing that the path that you're on or the decision that you make is the only thing that's going to restore balance in your life and bring you back into alignment with your true life path and purpose. The Eight of Cups, leaving and walking and turning your back. Again, it might be final, it might be the thing that transforms, but making this decision is what's good for you. The Tower, clarify the Tower. What needs to crumble or what's crumbling down? What needs to crumble down? The Ten of Pentacles, a long-term marriage, home, family. Clarify the Emperor in reverse. I mean, we've talked enough about it. We don't really, but I'm going to see what Spirit has to say. Clarify the Emperor in reverse here. The Seven of Swords, sneaking away in the night, having hidden motives. The Nine of Wands, struggling to get through the end of something. The Ten of Wands, a burden coming to an end. The Fool, the Sun, rushing off into the sunset. Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Wow, this feels like a person who, under normal circumstances, would be very responsible and very accountable in a relationship, you know, not doing the right things to do because he knows they're the right things to do. Here it feels like the Emperor, for whatever reasons, his own history or experiences or hers, it feels like they're at the place where they're like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to commit to this. I don't want to give back in this way because I've already been there and done that, and I don't want to have to go through any of that again. Well, fair enough. Don't be in a committed relationship then, and be honest about that, because it looks like the Emperor wants to just go off and do whatever he wants to do, have fun, have no pressures, have no restrictions, but still expect you to be there with him. Basically acting like not an emperor. This is the Emperor wanting to act like a page and expecting you to still be there. That's what I'm getting from it. Clarify the Two of Swords. The Five of Pentacles. The Hanging Man. The Hermit. The Moon. And this is what the Emperor doesn't want to look at, is the consequences that his actions and choices have on you, on Scorpio, on the people around him. It's like, oh, I didn't ask you to be here for me or whatever, but he expects you to be there for me, for you, for him, right? I'm actually, I think, going to stop this reading here, because to clarify it any further would, try to make it more of a personal reading, and I can't do that with a general reading. It feels very clear here that that Spirit is calling you to turn your back on this situation, to restore balance to your life. Whether or not that prompts that epiphanic change and this relationship can be transformed is secondary. Primary is making the decision for yourself to move forward. Whether or not this person wants to, reclaim his throne or not is irrelevant to the decision that is primary, which is making the best decision for yourself, Scorpio, which seems to be to allow the crack in this foundation of this relationship to come down. Because whether or not it gets rebuilt or not, or can be, it's flawed. So it's all about kind of moving forward and away from this and being realistic about it. So Scorpio, that is your reading. I know it wasn't the brightest and most sunshiny of readings, but I feel like it was necessary for at least somebody out there to hear. So in that sense, I hope that it's been helpful. Again, if these readings resonate with you, you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be happy to hear from you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the May general readings. Until then, stay safe and well, be blessed, be strong, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.